The samurai. The word alone brings to mind images of fierce warriors, gleaming swords, and unshakable honor. But how did these legendary fighters rise to power? What made the samurai such a defining force in Japanese history? Let's explore the fascinating story behind the rise of the samurai. This is not just a tale of war and weapons, but a saga of discipline, loyalty, and a unique culture that left an indelible mark on Japan and the world. Our journey began over 1,000 years ago, in ancient Japan. Back then, Japan was ruled by an emperor, but in reality, the emperor had very little power. The country was divided into many provinces, each controlled by a noble family. These nobles owned large areas of land, and they needed protection. That's where the samurai came in. At first, these warriors were no more than hired hands, tasked with defending their lord's properties and keeping order. Yet, as political tensions grew and conflicts became more frequent, the importance of these armed protectors surged. The noble families soon realized that having a loyal and skilled force of samurai was essential for survival in such turbulent times. Without the samurai, these landowners risked losing everything: farms, homes, and even their lives. The samurai, in return, were granted land or stipends and, most importantly, a place of honor in the social order. This created a system of mutual dependence that would only grow stronger with time. The samurai were not just soldiers. They became guardians of peace and symbols of stability in an ever-changing, often dangerous world. The word samurai means those who serve. At first, the samurai were simply armed guards, hired to protect the land and property of the noble families. But over time, their role grew. These warriors developed their own code of conduct, called Bushido, the way of the warrior. Bushido emphasized loyalty, courage, and honor above all else. A samurai would rather die than betray their lord. This code of ethics set the samurai apart, transforming them from mere soldiers into symbols of moral strength and societal stability. Bushido required a samurai to show compassion to the weak, be honest in all dealings, and act with unwavering integrity. Even in moments of defeat or impending death, a samurai was expected to maintain dignity and grace, knowing that their actions reflected not just on themselves but on their family and their lord. This deep sense of responsibility created a psychological and spiritual foundation that shaped every aspect of a samurai's life. Whether on the battlefield or in courtly matters, the samurai adhered to these principles with fierce devotion, often writing poems or meditating on mortality to cultivate their inner strength. The philosophy of Bushido extended beyond combat. It was a way of living that demanded constant self-improvement, mindfulness, and readiness to meet death with calm and honor. As Japan entered the Heian period, 794 to 1185, the imperial court in Kyoto became more focused on art and culture, while the countryside fell into chaos. Powerful landowners, known as daimyos, began to rely more and more on their samurai armies to maintain order and protect their interests. This shift set the stage for the rise of the samurai class. The daimyos realized that centralized power in Kyoto was becoming ineffective, and they needed localized strength to manage their territories. Thus, the samurai slowly transitioned from hired hands to permanent military retainers, creating a bond of loyalty and service that would define feudal Japan for centuries. The samurai's influence spread beyond the battlefield, shaping the political landscape and establishing a culture of discipline and honor that permeated Japanese society. As the court's grip weakened, regional conflicts between powerful families intensified, and the daimyo's dependence on samurai deepened. This period saw the rise of private armies, fortified castles, and complex alliances that resembled a chess game of survival and ambition. By the end of the Heian period, the samurai were no longer just fighters. They were political players and landowners in their own right, holding both military and economic power. This transformation set the foundation for centuries of samurai dominance as their loyalty, strategy, and martial prowess became the bedrock of Japanese governance and culture. The true turning point came during the late 12th century. Two powerful clans, the Taira and the Minamoto, fought for control of Japan. This conflict, known as the Genpei War, ended with the victory of the Minamoto clan in 1885. The leader of the Minamoto, Yoritomo, became Japan's first shogun. A shogun was a military dictator who held the real power, while the emperor became more of a figurehead. This marked a profound shift in Japan's government, where military strength overtook courtly culture, and the samurai emerged as the nation's new rulers. With Yoritomo's victory, the Kamakura shogunate was born, establishing a military government that relied heavily on samurai loyalty and combat prowess to maintain order and protect the realm from both internal strife and foreign threats. This was a time of great political change, where the arts of war, strategy, and governance became intertwined. The shogunate's rule brought about a sense of unity and stability to Japan, even though it was often won through bloodshed and intrigue. The rise of the samurai as a ruling class was not accidental. It was forged through generations of conflict, loyalty, and an unyielding commitment to their code. With the establishment of the Kamakura shogunate, the samurai became the ruling class of Japan. They were no longer just hired swords. They were the backbone of the government. The shogun ruled through a network of loyal samurai who were rewarded with land and privilege. In return, these warriors pledged unwavering allegiance, ready to lay down their lives for their lords at a moment's notice. This mutual dependence created a strong and stable feudal structure where honor and duty bound the samurai to their masters, and the masters, in turn, provided for their loyal retainers. This era saw the refinement of the Bushido code, as samurai were expected not only to excel in martial skills, but also to serve as paragons of moral and civic virtue. They were administrators, judges, and leaders, not just fighters. The samurai understood that their strength lay not only in the sword, but in their ability to lead with wisdom and compassion. The balance of martial prowess and ethical conduct helped shape a society where loyalty and justice were paramount, securing the samurai's place at the heart of Japanese life for centuries to come. But the life of a samurai was not all glory. Their training was intense and began at a young age. Samurai learned not only how to fight, but also how to read, write, and practice meditation. They believed that a warrior should be as sharp in mind as they were with a sword. Daily practice with weapons like the katana, the yumi, longbow, and even early firearms honed their skills to deadly precision. But mental and spiritual discipline was equally important. A true samurai studied the arts, philosophy, and Zen Buddhism, seeking to master not only combat, but also the mind. By achieving inner peace and focus, a samurai could face death without fear, embodying the ultimate ideal of stoic courage. Through calligraphy, poetry, and tea ceremonies, samurai cultivated an appreciation for beauty and transience, understanding that life, like the cherry blossom, was fleeting yet precious. This blend of warrior ferocity and artistic sensibility created a remarkable and enduring cultural legacy, proving that true strength comes not just from the body, but from the heart and soul as well. One of the most fascinating aspects of samurai culture was the katana, their iconic sword. Forged with masterful skill, the katana was not just a weapon, it was a symbol of a samurai's soul. To draw a sword was a serious matter, and a true samurai would only do so to defend their honor or their lord. The craftsmanship involved in creating a katana was a sacred process, blending art and engineering into a blade of unparalleled sharpness and strength. Samurai treated their swords with reverence, often performing rituals of purification before going into battle. This deep respect for their weapon reflected the samurai's understanding that their lives and honor were inseparably linked to the blade they carried. During the 13th century, the samurai faced their greatest challenge yet: the Mongol invasions of Japan. Twice, the Mongol Empire attempted to conquer Japan, and both times they were stopped by a combination of fierce samurai resistance and sudden violent storms known as kamikaze, or divine winds. This victory further solidified the samurai's reputation as Japan's ultimate protectors. The fierce Mongol warriors, armed with advanced weapons and superior numbers, were stunned by the tenacity and skill of the samurai, who fought with a mix of precision archery, masterful swordsmanship, and unbreakable morale. These battles, though brutal, strengthened the belief in divine favor and the resilience of the samurai spirit. As the centuries passed, the samurai continued to evolve, their influence enduring even as Japan underwent profound changes. Though their military dominance waned, the samurai's legacy lived on in the values they upheld: honor, loyalty, discipline, and respect. Today, the spirit of the samurai still resonates in modern Japan, influencing everything from martial arts to business ethics and even popular culture. The samurai's code of Bushido, their relentless pursuit of self-improvement, and their deep connection to tradition have left an indelible mark on the world, shaping not just a nation, but the very ideals that many continue to strive for. In the end, the samurai were more than just warriors. They were the guardians of a culture that revered both the sword and the soul. Their story is a testament to the power of discipline, loyalty, and honor, showing that even in the face of adversity, true strength lies in the heart.